Hello, horse players, live and in location at Rocky's Corner. I think we're closed right now, but I'm here. A little bit of a late start on recording. Marco, long week. I've been here all week. Successful trip in Houston for me. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Oaklawn, this is Southwest weekend. They moved it from the freeze out and are running it here. We have some good news too. We're going to go on Rumble. I opened up an account. Dave Portnoy bought a large stake into Rumble from Barstool Sports. And I kind of wanted to get an account anyway and post on there. So not only will we be on YouTube, but we're also going to be on Rumble. So you Rumble account holders can get our content daily for the Oaklawn races. All right, Marco, NHC News, Sam Houston. I finished third.
Yep.
I wasn't having a great day for most of the day, but I hit the last three races. I hit all in on what was the name of the horse? Neat? Something like that?
Yeah, Neat.
All in there.
Nice horse.
Large win bet on Asmussen and the $300,000 stake. And then beautiful win bet with a $5 trifecta key with Maker over Broberg over the other Maker. So all in all, I made about $5,000 with the travel and a seat for 2025. You screwed up, if you want to talk about that.
I don't think we need to bore anybody with some bad beats. Everybody's got them.
Well, you should have threw the Broberg in there, and you would have had about 10 grand.
Yeah, let's just make it short. I messed up, cost myself 10 grand in the NHC seat. So I'm gonna press fast forward and
let's do that. But you're not gonna like this next. You're not gonna like this. Yeah, we'll fast forward. You're not gonna like this next graphic. I actually cut into my margin. I'm only $16 in the hole, so that's like a 4-to-1 shot. That'll get me my win place. 5-to-1 after you take out the $4. You got to dig into that little $91 margin you have, but you hit one capper, that's going to knock out 2/3 of it. So keep plugging away.
It's a little high or low or whatever, however you want to look at it. But don't worry, we're going to be opening up the card Friday with some bombs, and I'm going to dig into it right out of the gate. So.
Okay. But keep in mind, there's no cap. So you hit a 40-to-1 shot, you're gonna get over $100.
Yeah.
So you'll be
in the black one race.
You'll be in the black on one race. So the weather mark, I'm down here. We've been cleaning out a property, and it's been nice. I mean, I think it's gonna be nice on Friday. Rain is gonna come in though for Saturday for the Southwest. So something to keep an eye on. We will keep close tabs on that for our recording tomorrow for Saturday. And it looks like we're going to have a special guest. I don't want to jinx it yet, but I think we'll have a prominent horse player and trainer on for tomorrow's show for Saturday. Early pick 5 I put down there. We'll talk about it as we go through the card. We singled a Asmussen runner in race 4 that we both liked, and what's to do, and we're deep in other aspects of the pick 5. You guys can add some horses to this if you want to make your ticket a little larger and easier to hit, or trim it if you like an opinion that even though we might have it, if you want to shave others. All right, Marco, let's dive into Friday's card. Race 1 is a maiden special weight. They're going 2 turns. These are for 3-year-old fillies. And this is a race I would like to run Catholic Sue in. I landed on the 5-horse here in Just My Heels. Hey, Hirano returns. It's second time blinkers. I got a better post now than I did last time. And I was pretty wide last time. And I love the gallop out of this horse. And I feel like getting first juice, getting a better post, and having that world famous second time blinkers angle might be the trick for this one. You landed on the 8th.
Yeah, we got a first time starter here. It's by Curlin, so it's always kind of a good thing. The dam has produced a couple winning siblings. 3 of them won their first start out, and 2 of them ran second their first start. And a couple of their winners, there's no data on them, so I really don't know. They're overseas horses. And actually, the dam won first out herself. And the trainer, Fausto Gutierrez, I'm not real familiar with him, but he is 16% with maiden horses, and Santana's riding, and he's a veteran rider. And this race didn't seem like it was real tough with the field really didn't scare me, and it looked like a lot of average horses that can be really competitive. And I think this first time starter has a chance to actually beat this field this first estimate. I really didn't like a whole lot in the field, in other words.
Right.
And then the 6, Happy Talk. I thought he ran pretty well last out. He was kind of in some traffic, but I think he needed the race. I think it benefited him with the experience and another race under his belt. And he gets second time blinkers today and adds LASIK, so I think he's going to be probably one of the favorites, but I think he's a contender.
Okay. Well, it's 20-1 morning line. You're going to get a price, kind of what you're looking for. And this is a made special weight. I mean, we know that anything can happen in these, and it's bred well. Why not? I mean, it's you made some good points on it. We also like the 6. We both picked it second. Happy Talk. It just makes a lot of sense. Dwayne Lucas ran a really incredible race last time. Should improve. Losing to Amy Z, another one that we'll have to contend with, but it's 3-1, so it wasn't as exciting of a pick, but one that we really wanted on our ticket. So,
and this is the one, like I said, I wanted to tap into the ROI, and this is a good race for me to.
Yeah, it's a good chance. It's a good race.
Kick off the weekend.
Yeah, take a stab at one. Race 2. It is a state-bred 12.5. These are all Archie-breds running for $12,500. The purse is $35,000. I landed on the 4-horse, who is Holding Pattern. And what I liked about Holding Pattern, last time it broke terribly, and it rallied really well. It's dropping today, and it was another one that had a really good gallop out after the wire. I feel like if I break clean, I got a better post, just like my first pick in my first race. If I get a better post, I could probably break better. And it's shown that it's been in contact before. And if you dig into the PPs, it's usually never that far out of it. But the waters were pretty deep last time too. It was albeit an Arkansas bred, but it was a 25,000 starter race. So now you're in for the tag, and I think it'll wake up a little bit here. Tom Swearingen, Louis Quinones, he got off to a decent start, a little bit cooler now, but he'll win races from time to time. So I think he will keep the price at least at the morning line of 8-1 or higher. You landed on the horse on the rail, number 1, Stomping Hot Rod, another 20-1 bomb.
Yep, we're gonna go big, right out of the gate. I just thought there was some speed up top. I think I'm looking for a speed duel, basically with Heritage Park, Campisi, and Hightail Cowboy. And I think Hightail Cowboy is going to win that battle. But I think Stomping Hot Rod with the post position can save ground and nip Cowboy late.
Right.
Late, nip him at the wire. That's kind of how I saw this horse going. And for 20-1, if I think it has a chance, that I have to play that.
I like it. You lost to a really good horse in Lockmore last time, who got an 86 by your speed figure in that race. You came off a long layoff in that, and that was getting thrown into the wolves there. So because you ran for 12.5 conditional, 7,500. And I wouldn't say the wolves; it was a state bred race, but that was a tough race. And that Archie bred that won that day, Lockmore, probably going to be an Archie stake horse. You know what I mean? So makes sense. Getting a nice breather on class from the company lines, and should wake up second time off the layoff angle, 100%. You landed on the 9 as your backup, who was Hightail Cowboy. We had it on a ticket. It's Mac Robertson, who is 0 for 27 at the meet. He's too good of a trainer, I feel. I was saying that the entire time I was capping, to be 0 for 27.
Yeah, I think their first victories together, like they're both over, and I think they're gonna get spoiled at the wire too, kind of like the '98 Belmont for the Triple Crown. Just get spoiled right smack dab at the wire. I'm looking for a perfect time trip.
I landed on Blame JD. The 6 is my backup. It's 3-1. It comes out of that same race as your top pick. Ran a little bit better that day, although you had a bad post. So my thinking was, if I scratch out, this horse is consistent and knocking at the door, for a win. So I threw.
Yep, I like both of your picks. I will not argue with them. As a matter of fact, I was looking at a holding pattern for a while. The form doesn't really tell the whole story about that horse. So
right. Okay, race 3. It's a maiden claiming event, 24,000. Kind of an unusual number. I've seen that number at the meet, just $24,000 to claim it. I landed on the 12 on the outside, and that is Art Queen. It's 5-1, getting first Lasix, and I feel like second time blinkers again is going to be the key, and I'm cutting back in distance. So you throw in the Lasix, second time blinkers, cutting back, class relief, everything kind of works itself out there. John Ortiz, no stranger to the winner's circle at Oaklawn Park. The last race was ugly, no doubt about it, but that was an open. That was a maiden special weight for 115,000. Now you're down into the maiden claiming ranks, and this is like the biggest drop in racing, as you know. So I feel like that one will wake up. It's probably going to be a popular pick. The 1 is my backup, Pleasingly, which is also your backup. But you landed on the 4, Ocean Bird, and I'm assuming you think this horse is going to wire.
Yeah, I'm looking for speed. Speed. These Cassie horses have been working out pretty good, as you've been mentioning. So, and Santana's capable. I just need a good break and just go all the way around. Really nothing else to say. I just want some speed.
Yeah, you should get the lead based on the early time form rating, and it pressed a fast pace last time, and there's really not a lot of pace in here. So better post it. At 5-2, I was like, but it's definitely going to have the lead, and that's half the battle. And you're dropping down. That's not a $15,000 claiming race. That's a $150,000 claiming race that you were in. So just in case some people might have missed that.
Maybe you could just, go all the way.
Yeah. Another horse I kind of want to throw in my pick 5 is the 3, because I had a trip note on that 2 back, and I got a similar trip for a maiden special weight last time. It's not on my pick 5 now, but I think I'm going to add it.
You know what? I'm actually glad you're adding the 3 here.
Yeah,
I actually had that one written down for a little while.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
of course, I was kind of back and
I
forth.
wanted to pick it.
The 3
Anyway.
and the 1 and the 4. So yeah, so I'm glad you said that.
So if I go, let's see, 3 times 4 times 4 times.
I mean, you got Christian.
So that's a $96 ticket now. Save. And we'll banner it. Okay, so I had to add that one in there. All right.
Less than 100.
Yeah, keep it cheap. Next race. Race 4. This is our single. This is the Asmussen runner. We're running in a 30,000 non-2 life event here. I do like the 6 a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I did pick the 6 last time, but I felt like the waters were slightly deeper here. Not really though. I mean, I felt maybe the speed was a little bit too contentious for me to really double up and double down and go back to the 6 this time. Plus, Ramsey Zimmerman, I thought he could have finished a little stronger that day, and he's back on the horse. I'm not so sure, but the 11, the Asmussen runner, he claimed this horse out of Churchill, and it looks live. It did work in the mud last time. Didn't get a chance to work on a fast track here, but it's always run tough and classy on the turf races. The dirt run, June of 23 last year, with that 77 by speed figure and that maiden 50 is just eye popping. The last race was pretty good with the 67. Goes from the D'Amato barn to Asmussen. I feel like Steve has this horse ready to go from a nice outside stalking post, and is going to have a nice targets to run at. Should be a lively pace for it to run into. What did you think?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Pretty much the same thing. In that race 2 back, I mean, that was against a pretty tough group and against winners for the first time. So the first race off the turf there on the dirt with that 77 was pretty good. Yeah, hot pace. I think it's going to be pretty hot, and there's definitely going to be something to run into.
So that's our single. If he wins, I think we're going to have a good shot at hitting this pick 5. So we'll keep that there. Race 5. Race 5 is a state-bred maiden 20, Marco. These are Archie-breds. I forgot who I landed on the 2. And my notes on the 2 were wire threat. I just feel like it's the fastest horse early. It's dropping. It's getting Lasix, and it should wire this field. You did not like it or see it that way, as it wasn't in your top 2 picks. You went to the 12 with John Court, who recently just won a race.
Yep, it's going to start the streak. Good old John Court. The 12. 12 here ran god awful the first start here, and then the second start, and then the first start was against Open Company, and then went to State Breds here in 115 and passed horses and came in 4th. And I saw that the improvement in passing horses. You're adding Lasix, 3rd time's the charm here. Like I said, John Court. This is the start of a good thing right now. Maybe he can get on a good run here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. That's all I got to say about that. The 4 is my backup. Very unexciting. Actually, I don't even know why I picked it.
I mean, look at this race.
It's pretty, yeah. There's some ugly ones in here. The 7, that one can maybe do something.
I mean, this isn't like a race. Oh yeah, I'm going to handicap this race, and I'm good. I'm great if I can handicap this race. But this race, anything can happen in this race.
Miracle Shoes. I see you have that one.
Yeah, it's taking a plunge.
Did we? I feel like one of us picked that horse last time, but
You're going from, I mean, second off the layoff, and you're going from 115 down to 20.
yeah, it's the maiden special weight dropper, so
I got
makes perfect sense.
2 droppers. That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking for. A big drop.
Yeah, you have 2 droppers. I've got a dropper. I think one of those droppers are most likely going to win, 100%.
Yeah. What's our pick 5 ticket here? Let's see that again. Is it down there?
Yeah.
2, 4, 11, 12. Okay.
Yeah, 5, 6, 8, 1, 4, 6, 9, 1, 3, 4.
Yeah, for
12.
the people, if anybody wants to like spend a little bit more money, I would definitely. This is the race you might want to go heavy in.
Yeah.
So.
Or not.
It's a tough one.
Well, it's there are key maidens. I mean, it's you just.
They're the most fun races. They're the most fun races at Oaklawn.
Race 6, Marco, is a 30,000 claiming event. It's a non-winners of 3 life, going 6 furlongs. These are fillies and mares. I landed on the 10. The 10 is Lady Commander. This is my bomb. It's 20-1. And, Lady Commander, it makes sense because I'm going to be running late. I'm second off of a layoff. I went turf to dirt last time, but now I'm dropping way down from that, allowance company. And to run in that race, I mean, Stellar Lily won by 10 lengths and got an 81 by her speed figure in that race. Just a tremendous mare. So I'm like, you know what? This runner didn't get a chance to do anything, and I'm anxious to see what it can do in the class drop. It's never really run this cheap, too. That was my other thinking behind it. Maiden special weights, finally broke its maiden, and they ran it in allowances. It won a 50,000 starter allowance here last year. You throw out these turf races where it didn't run a lick, and that last race where the winner won by 10, otherwise it lost by 4 to a second place horse. This is a big class drop, biggest of its career, and 20-1, I want every bit of that. Chelsea Bailey in the irons. Let's see if she can get her second win of the meet. You landed on the 4 horse.
Wings from Above. It's going to be out there early, and I hope it's there late. But with Ramsey Zimmerman not finishing races here, I don't know. But yeah, I think this horse is going to be very prominent early, and it looks like that was her first try on dirt. Seemed to like it. Got tired and caught at the end. That was after the ship. Hopefully, the second time at Oaklawn, maybe she has herself put together a little bit more tighter.
Yeah,
that's all I can ask for.
I like the McKnight runners, and they've all run well. This one, I think I might have picked it last time. I ran a good second. It's going to be out there winging it, so hey, we'll see. We'll see what it can do. I'll give you credit for trying that one. I would also take a peek at the 3 horse, guys. I didn't throw it on my ticket, but I had a hard time between the 2, who's the 5-2 morning line favorite, I believe, and the 3 with Rocco Bowen. So I opted with the 2. I didn't do a late pick 5. Matter of fact, we can get rid of our early pick 5 graphic, but if you do a pick 5, I would throw Tyrona in as well. So race 7 is a 30,000 claiming, but this is an open claiming event, and it's $60,000 purse. These are for Colts and Geldings.
This should be hot now. Let me check the purse.
And it's a mile, short stretch. I landed on the 13 in case it gets in. The 13 is the Reds. It's 3-1. I feel like if this horse gets in, it's going to be extremely difficult to beat. Christian Torres takes them out. And the numbers just really stand out. Um, hasn't run here or worked here, but really tough company lines. I mean, you look at uh, a ledge last time. That horse is coming in on a 2 race winning streak, and of course, strong quality. I believe won a stake on turf. Yes, won a stake on turf at Fairgrounds with a 93 Beyer speed figure. Also got a 100 Beyer speed figure at Churchill Downs on the dirt. So just exits really tough races, and I want every bit of that horse at 30-1 if it gets in. If it doesn't get in, I have the 11 Canadian Pharaoh. It's 15-1. It's one of the aforementioned McKnight runners making its dirt debut, and it's been working well. Really nice drill on December 22nd on the dirt, 2 out of 66, 48 flat. And second nice work, 11 out of 121, going 5/8 on a slow surface that day, and 102 and 4 apparently. So blinkers are off, and McKnight doesn't have the greatest success in the world with the hood off, but his runners are running well, getting first dirt, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that one run much better than its morning line odds. The 7 was your top pick, Home Run Trick.
Well, we got it's a little long in the tooth, as they say. A 9-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming third off the layoff. He's really run very good at Oaklawn. He's got 8 wins here, and he ran in 2 sprint races before this, and we're going a mile again. And he's going to have the lead. He's gonna be there early in the short stretch. I just hope he can hang on. I'm not sure who this trainer is. Kind of like a lighter guy. He only had 40 starts last year. Landeros is capable. With the stretch out, I'm going to hit a home run right here at 15-1.
Well, it looks a lot nicer on paper than a 15-1 shot. I'll give you that. The last race was a little bit puzzling. I think it. Let me see what the winner did that day. I remember that horse. Yeah, it just missed it 1-2 back. I remember picking it at almost 9-2. Breslau or however you pronounce the name of that horse that day. Very interesting. Your backup was the 4 Windcracker, Carl Broberg.
Can't go wrong with Carl Broberg. This is kind of like a horse I think that maybe can sit underneath and put together a trip. And it's, like I said, it's Broberg and Torres. Connections are there. Should be ready, even off the shelf here.
Yeah, it's worked. It's got 2 drills. We'll see. Might need a race, but hey, it's 7-2 morning line.
Yeah, it's not my top pick. Capable of winning. Yeah, we're running a good race.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he has to chase the home run trick, it could tire him out.
Okay, duly noted. Race 8 is an optional claiming $100,000 race. These are for 3-year-old fillies. So these are young, nice, classy fillies from 2 to 3 now that have won a race, and now they're in for that A other than $140,000 pot. And you can offer some of these up for $100,000. The one hitting my stride is in for $100,000. The 7 January Jubilee is in for $100,000, and so is Ready for Trouble out of the 10 hole. So 3 fillies are offered up. I landed on the 9 filly, who is Extreme Diva. This horse, this filly, started her career in just grand fashion. Dominated by 12 in its debut at Canterbury. Came back again and just crushed in a state red stake by 7. Ran on the 27th of October at Keeneland in an open stake. And, the waters just got deep there, but she didn't really run her race. The winner that day won next out, but she got bumped out of the gate. And I was like, hey, I'll forgive her there. The last race, I think I picked her last time. She broke out of the 10 hole and was extremely wide, pressing a fast pace all the way out, all the way throughout. And I watched the replay. She turned for home past the quarter pole up to the 8th hole and had a nice length and a half lead. And I'm talking the last 60 yards, 75 yards got caught by 4 horses. And I feel like a better trip today is going to do her wonders. She's getting first Lasix now because she is a 3-year-old. At last race, she was a 2-year-old. I think she's ready to pop. And 15-1 is just way too good for me to pass on. And I know Mac Robertson's over 27 so far, but like I said, he's too good of a trainer to have a 0 batting average so far. It's just a matter of time before he starts winning a few of these races. So Extreme Diva, I think, is a really good long shot power play here. I'm going to have a rather large wager on her and have her keyed in tries and both ends of the doubles on Friday. You landed on the 8 to the inside, 5-1. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name.
I don't know. Edith Strudis? Something
There you
like
go.
that. Well, you were mentioning that your horse got passed up by 4 different horses that day. Well, this is one of them that passed up that horse.
Right.
So I'm going to give this one another crack at it. And I think this horse can really put together a trip. First juice. I don't like. This is the second time I'm landing on this trainer, so I hope he can make it look good. Fausto Gutierrez. I'm not sure where he came from. As many as tracks that I look at, I'm not familiar with him. So, but it looks like he has some good horses and good stock, and he's got some good riders riding, and the horses are working out good. We got that. He came in 4th, closing in the Mockingbird last out against Tanya Showers and Midshipman's Dance. So I think this horse is primed for another good run today.
Okay.
Shouldn't disappoint.
Very good. Your backup pick is the 13. Excuse me. Hush It Honey, if it gets in.
If it gets in, yeah, it should work out a good trip. The last race was really good here at Oaklawn, and it looks like, you want easy, looks like. So once you hit the Oaklawn track, there's a lot of repeat winners here. And if they like the track, they continue winning. Pretty much all meet, they'll run good. So if you could look for something like that early, it might make you some money throughout the whole meet.
Right. Okay. I landed on the 6 as my backup. Legadima. I love the debut. They routed it last time, so now they're cutting it back to 6 panels where it romped. It's getting juice. It looks like a formidable animal. 3-1 kind of sucks though. I'd much rather have my money on Extreme Diva as opposed to that runner. But if I do scratch, I do like the 6. All right, our next race is sponsored by Rocky's Corner. Hey guys, if you haven't been to Rocky's Corner in Hot Springs, Arkansas, best pizza in the state. I actually, don't laugh, eat the gluten-free one with the cauliflower crust. And that's kind of a popular thing anyway. But yeah, drinks, beef sandwiches. What's your favorite dish here, Marco?
My favorite dish? Well, I got a lot of them. I've been eating a lot of the Roundhouse lately. The Roundhouse is pretty good. And the uppercut is really good. So there's I like it. I like pretty much everything on the menu for the most part.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. Anything is, on the menu is good. Great atmosphere, racing, and this and that. The Hogs game just ended before I started the recording, and they won. Everybody cleared out, but I'm here, bars behind me, and I think they are closed now, but they're letting me do obviously the webcast. Well, of course they are. I know the owners. But yeah, Rocky's Corner, guys, come check it out right across the street from Oaklawn Park when you guys come in town for the races. And grab some beer, grab some pizza, read the racing form, and walk across the street. Race 9 is the feature. And actually, we have a special guest who's going to be talking about this race.
I don't know.
And let's see if we can get him on the phone. Nick the Kid. You know that guy. So there's Nick the Kid. Let's see if we can get him on the phone here.
Hey, what's up?
Nick the Kid, how are you doing, buddy?
Hey, it's time to get the selection in.
That's right. We're on the feature. This is our sponsored race for Rocky's Corner. And Nick, you haven't been to Hot Springs, have you?
Never.
Well, we got to get you down here. We got good fishing. You like to do fishing, or do you like doing mountain hiking?
Anything.
Anything. Okay. Well, race 9, Nick, is the Bayacoa 250,000. It's a grade 3 event, and I believe you texted me that you liked the number 5 Butterbean. Can you tell me?
I do like Butterbean. He has run 4 times at Oaklawn Park and has never finished out of the money.
I see that. 4 starts, a win, a second, and 2 thirds. I guess the idea here, Nick, are you looking at a fast pace to run into? It looks like you're going to be closing late.
He's going to probably be closing late. Weather's going to be nice. The rain's going to hold off, until Saturday and Sunday, so hopefully we get a great run. Okay.
Well, me and Marco, I'm going to get our picks up in a little bit when we're done, but we didn't land on that horse. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that horse onto maybe my late pick 4 or late doubles or maybe a pick 5. I'll definitely add it in. And it looks like it's going to be closing.
Your tries and your supers, because you're going to make a big payday out of it.
Yeah. Okay. So there you have it, guys. Nick the Kid, he likes Butterbean.
I like that pick, Nick.
Yeah, Marco likes that pick too, Nick. He said he likes it.
I have it. I have it underneath.
Marco picked it underneath. Okay. Yeah, Marco actually picked it underneath. We haven't dived into our selections yet, but I'll give you credit for thinking outside of the box, because normally you like the shorter priced horses. Not that you pick chalk, but sometimes it just lands that way. This one's a good price at 12-1.
He's calling him a chalk picker.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Nick, I appreciate you popping in and giving us your selection. We're going to be watching it closely, and we'll add it on our ticket.
All right.
You have a good night, Nick.
Cash some tickets.
Let's cash some tickets.
Let's cash some tickets.
All right. So there you have it, guys. That was Nick the Kid. And Nick, he's, he's a good capper. He'll pick some winners from time to time. And we like to get his input every Friday for the feature. Marco, You did land on Butterbean as your backup. I landed on the 7. Hot and sultry. Look, I was just ripping on Nick the Kid for being chalky. Well, here I am with the 7-9. Those are the two chalk. Those are the 2 chalk. And I just don't see the 7 losing this race. I guess you could say doesn't have a lot of recency. It's run once in the last, 9 months or whatever, 8 months. But it ran in November and it crushed by 8 lengths in a grade 3. It's run here 6 times, 5 out of 6 of the money, 2 wins. The last time it ran here, it ran in the Apple Blossom and it ran 3rd with a 96 Buyer speed figure. So, it likes the track. And it won the American Beauty, by the way, here last year with a good number in the 90s. So, actually an 89. But, this mare's ready. They always pick their spots well, and it likes the track. And I think it's going to be tough to beat. And ironically, it's not even the favorite. Shotgun Hottie, my backup, is. And that was coming in from Monmouth. Has run here once before. Does have a win, so it's 1 for 1. Wintering down at Fairgrounds. Had a nice bullet drill January 23rd. So I'll ship it up here for the race. You landed on the 3, Marco. Misty Vale.
Yeah, taking the winner of the Pippin and the runner-up in the Mistletoe. Maker, Vasquez. And like I said, right now, this horse looks like she is in good form and is enjoying the Oaklawn surface. And she is 7 out of 8 in the money. 3 wins and 8 starts here. Enjoys the distance. I think 8-1 is not a good morning line. If I get 8-1 on this horse, I will be placing my own bet on that as well. And kind of like Nick was saying with Butterbean, similar. This one comes a little bit more out of the cloud. I think a little bit of a deeper closer. Mm-hmm. May have too much to make up in the end. There's a lot of nice horses, fast horses here that can also keep running at the end. May be up against it, but this is another one that I like the way she's just been running the last couple of races, hitting her stride right now, and maybe could pull the upset. Well, can congratulate Nick on that.
It's not a bad pick. I like that horse. I think for that to work out, I think the Brad Cox runner is going to have to really press my horse. And I have the outside position on the Cox runner. And, my mare, I believe, is the fastest early. The distance could be a question mark. I'm not so much worried about this class level for the distance as opposed to the grade 1s that she's been running in. But coming on, only running once in 9 months, I could get a little leg weary that last 16th, 100%. And things could set up for either Nick's pick, Butterbean, or yours. So I definitely like those horses. I just feel like the class is going to exude out. Yeah. We'll see.
Definitely has a class advantage.
We'll see what happens. She's run well on the Buyer scale without, and has a win without Lasix. Misty Vale has several races without Lasix and won its last start in the Pippin without Lasix. So no issues there. So yeah, it's going to be a fun race. Grade 3 action on Friday at Oaklawn. Gotta love it. And don't forget about the Saturday card, guys, and our analysis for the Southwest. Race 10. Race 10 is a family horse. Now, you always pick the family horses where I haven't been. I do a lot, or sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes. You pick them every time.
Every time.
You didn't pick Midnight Special this time.
I did not.
So what I like about Midnight Special Well, why don't you tell me why you didn't pick Midnight Special? I think I know why.
Well, there's a couple things. Well, the layoff coming in here, shipping in the first try here. With all of our horses so far, they all improved their second time, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right now in the current situation, I don't know what's going to change that right now, unless maybe something happened behind the scenes, that I don't know about. But I just think I think he's going to need a race. That's kind of like what I'm looking at, just with the historic, with the short history here at Oakland Park this meet. And I went with Drifter. And Drifter is one that has ran well here at Oakland Park with a win in his last start. And he's got a couple wins and ran well here. And first off the claim, I just think this horse is ready to run a big race. Another one. Put back-to-back wins together even. So I want to see I want to see Midnight Special second time out at Oaklawn, and I will pick him next time.
Well, I picked him on top based on recent comments from. First of all, I love Joey Bielemir, the jockey, the bug. He's got 4 wins.
He's amazing.
17% on the year so far, and I think he's just going to win a lot more races because he's going to start getting a lot more mounts. And we've pretty much given first call on all of our horses right now. And he galloped this horse the other day and worked it, but he galloped the other day and said, "Man, I hope I just don't fall off when we run." I mean, because he's just pulling from the gallops, and we're getting, my backup pick is Bandera Azteca, who I believe Midnight Special lost to by a head at Golden Gate. But that day, they were both carrying, I believe, 125 pounds.
Okay.
I think. Actually, we were getting 2 pounds on that runner. Now we're getting 17 pounds with the 10-pound bug and other weight advantages built in. So 107 compared to 124 is significant, even for a sprint. I'm also getting that same weight on the outside runner, who's going to be the heavy favorite probably, the ride of a lifetime. 17 pounds. That's like, and I believe me, the kid, you've seen him in person. He can make the weight. He's a young kid, and he's strong, but he's little. This horse is fast. Now, my concern is the distance. Mostly a 5.5 specialist. Has got an 80 by her speed figure 2 back at Fresno. 1 by 5 by 5.5 though at Los Alamitos, and I get the feeling if we would have got another half panel that day, he would have kept going and won just as impressively if you watch the replay. So, but 1 for 19, 6 thirds and 3 seconds at 6 furlongs. He's got to show me that he can run 3/4 against this group, but I think the weight is going to be the equalizer. And 12-1 morning line, I think there's a number of factors for that. Mike off to a slow start like we talked about with Mac Robertson. He's 0 for 28 so far. So people are starting to get sour until they start seeing a couple of wins. So I think it's the perfect storm right now to get a really good price on a horse who's very fast, who's training well, and who's getting 17 pounds on the best competition in the race. So that was my thinking there. You picked him second.
I will be rooting for Midnight Special. Okay. Definitely.
Yeah, let's see if he wins now that you didn't pick him. Maybe you were the mush or the jinx.
Some say that may be true, but
Yeah.
that's to be determined.
All
Maybe I
right.
won't even bet them. I'm just going to lay off. I'm not going to bet. I'm just going to go there and watch.
Go in the paddock. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do.
Well, that's pretty much the show. We got all the races in. We got a big day tomorrow to record our Saturday race card for the Southwest. I believe there's like 4 stakes that day, maybe 5. I got to go back and look, including the Southwest, the Kentucky Derby prep. I have an idea who you might like in there, but it was the horse that we picked, or I don't know if you picked it. I picked it. One of us picked it.
I think we both
and we were making fun of the name because it's kind of cool. But anyway, we'll see what happens for that analysis when we record that tomorrow. But thanks everybody for joining us for the Oaklawn Capping Hour. We will upload on Rumble. This will be our first video on Rumble. And we do apologize for missing Sunday because I lost the password on the way back from Houston. And we ended up finding it. And always remember to do a backup login in case you lose your password. All right. Anything else to add, Marco?
Let's cash some tickets.
Yeah. Let's cash some tickets, man. I think I'm going to grab me a drink at the bar.
Enjoy.
See you guys. Bye-bye.